Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Esoteric Influences for let's see, what are we? We are the 20th day of September 2020. So it's kind of an interesting pattern, a 20 and a 20 and a 20. But we do reduce the 20 down to two. So we're going to understand the cause and effect nature of things today and apply balanced reason to the current situation at hand. Remain on a shared path with others today. If you have a two life path, you're somebody who collaborates with others, is intelligent and creative. Today we have Kenaz as and we talk about this a lot as a component for other runes like Ingus and Rado and various runes like that. Well, just a lot of them have Kenaz in it. And basically, what Kenaz is, it's a fire element rune. It means the torch or the light, illumination, clarity, revelation, healing, well-being, love, intuition, transformation, creativity, and awakening. So today we're going to, and of course that's a component for all of the runes really, but in terms of drawing it out, you'll see that reflected in a lot of different runes: Dagaz, Vunyo, Birkenau. A lot of them have it in it. But today we'll pay attention to messages from spirit. Allow the light of source presence to illuminate your path and heal your mind, body, and spirit. Find that creative spark within and express yourself with love and clarity to all today. The moon is in Cancer for a little bit longer, well, not even a half an hour longer, as of filming this, where it moves into Leo at 8:33 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So on the west coast of the United States, that's when it happens. You'll just make your own time adjustments accordingly. Lighten up today and be the focus of fun in your life. Arrange an online party with others and spend that time bringing joy to others today. Let go of any impatience you might be experiencing. That's the moon squaring Mars. And know that your relationships with others soothe both your psyche and your soul. That's the moon square Juno. We have a new channel open today or active today in the human design chart, transformation. That will be the case. Let's see, I think it's through Wednesday, but I'll let you know each day, unless of course you signed up for the newsletter and then you already know. And so anyway, we have a new channel adding to awareness and openness called Transformation. It's the design of someone who's driven, who has a clear drive within to accomplish things. But as far as the interpretation for today's influences go there, it's clear now that justice is inevitable. That as justice is inevitable, it's clear now that justice is inevitable. Let's say it right. You find yourself acting as a peacemaker today who seeks to preserve the dignity of all concerned when resolving difficulties. There's always going to be those who seek change for the emotional benefit it provides them, and it may be necessary to retreat from negative influences so that you maintain a positive influence over the direction forward. Some people are cause-based just for the sake of being in the cause. There's not a real clear direction other than, kind of what's in it for them. But it's not the same thing as someone who joins a cause because they fervently believe the message of it. They like the energy of it, and so they can get into things and create a sense of fragmentation that doesn't need to be there. So just be aware of that if you're involved with it with a group, and it seems like there's people in the group that are always trying to sort of work at cross purposes, and they don't mean to. They get excited. They think, oh, well, let's do this. It's like, well, no, we're doing this. So you have to figure that out and see if maybe, they're not, because ultimately their influence becomes negative. And it essentially does work at cross purposes with whatever the group's trying to accomplish. So just be aware of that component in that, and you'll do fine. Mabon is coming up. Technically, it's on the 22nd. If you align it, excuse me, with the equinox. We have an autumn equinox coming up. It'll be at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on the 22nd, which is Tuesday. you can be celebrating it all week long if you want to. It's the second of essentially three harvest times. You have the first one is with Lammas, the first of August, where the initial harvest starts to come in. But in around here, we don't do that. We're not harvesting. I mean, sure, lettuce and radishes, things like that. But depending on where you live, harvest may really be taking place now. We're harvesting some of the later stuff, but some of it we've already brought in and done our freezing and canning and what we've done. Um, so for right now, how you can celebrate that, either, I mean, I made a harvest soup, and most of it had stuff from the garden in it. Most of it was from the garden. I did a braised roast yesterday, and again used vegetables in it that, other than the mushrooms, they all came from the garden, either this year or last year's. I used some. Well, no, actually, that's not true. I think I used the elephant garlic from this year. So because otherwise it wouldn't have been as wouldn't have been as juicy. So it had to have been from this year's harvest, which I did back in July. And then I replant the garlic beds with carrots, and so we're starting to see some of that harvest now. But mostly that won't happen until probably October sometime. So you see, it just kind of depends on where you are, and you can take, the whole week if you want to, and intentionally make things that you've grown into food that you can have for dinner or what have you. And on Tuesday morning at 6:30, if you want to work some magic, you can work some balance magic at that time. Day and night are equal at that point. The lengths of them they're all in balance. And then after that, we start to see the approach of winter. So we see the increase of the decrease of light, right? So during this time, we like to give blessings. We like to reflect and give blessings for all that we have, and all the lessons we've learned, and let go of that which no longer serves us. So that's what's happening here over the next few days. And if you want to join in and in the spirit of that, whether you officially do this or not in your life, you're welcome to do that. It's always a lovely time of the year to do that. So I guess that's it for today. We'll talk again tomorrow. Be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Wear a mask if you go out around anyone at all, no matter where you are, inside or out. Have a mask on. And blessed be.